Hi guys, so this time the reason that you are staring at my crutch is because I'm getting a lot of questions about the Real Easy P in terms of how to wear it. Primarily people are asking how does it look in a rock climbing harness, uh, and also I'm getting a lot of questions about boxer briefs. It seems like for some reason most of you guys prefer boxer briefs. So what I'm going to do is do a bit of a demo as to what it looks like in various types of underwear, as well as budgie smugglers, and then you guys can make your own decisions as to what you think is appropriate for you. And I really hope this video doesn't get taken off YouTube again. Just up front, there will be no nudity in this. If you see anything that looks like a penis, it's because it's a stand-to-pee device. So, citizens on patrol out there, there is no nudity, there is no sexual content in this video. Okay, cool. Now that we've got that out of the way, here is how it looks in a rock climbing harness. So side on, 3/4. You can see that it's there, but it's pretty discreet, as you know most guys junk in a rock climbing harness is. You can see that if you actually pull it up, which is how it would be if you're actually on the harness, that's pretty much what all guys look like when they're on a rock climbing harness. So yeah, one thing I should say though is that you really, it takes a fair bit of practice to actually use it when you're wearing a rock climbing harness, because you've got all this stuff in the way and it's actually quite difficult to get your pants down low. So that takes a little bit of practice. That's not something you're going to be able to do up front. And yeah, it is something that you do sort of need to be fairly careful with. You kind of need to move the legs down just to make sure that you do end up giving yourself enough room ultimately. But I won't demo that now because the video is just going to get flagged if I do. Okay, cool. So that's it in a rock climbing harness. Yep, once people asked, there it is. Okay, I'm going to do this in one really long take because I don't know how to edit the video, or maybe I'll figure it out. But what I'm going to do is jump to the side, do a quick change, and then come back. So, give me a second. Okay. Other thing I wanted to point out in terms of underwear, this is a pair of underwear that is actually made by Peacock products. Now, I know a lot of you guys aren't fans of Peacock products, but they do very good underwear. And what's great about this underwear is, and it's difficult to see because this is black, but they've sort of moved the fly opening a little bit further forward. And it is also super discreet, which I personally like. For those of you that like it to be a bit more obvious, you probably wouldn't like it. But, okay, no nudity here. I promise this is not nudity. I'll just sort of show you what happens when I do take... Oh God, please don't flag this. When I do take this out, because what's great about this is that, well, that's all you need to do, and then whoop, you're ready to go. And it's really central compared to how other bits of underwear that are designed for guys are. So therefore I really like it for peeing. It's definitely not perfect. One thing that they've done which really frustrates me is that they just haven't made the seam here wide enough. So what tends to happen is you can get a bit of rubbing, which you won't get if you're wearing normal guys' underwear. And I think that's probably because they've based it on women's underwear, weirdly. So yeah, that's the only thing to be aware of, that this seam, it just isn't quite wide enough to stop the rubbing. And also in terms of packing, I think a lot of people are asking me, yes, I do pack up. So that's where the shaft sort of sits here, and you can see that that looks super natural, really. Anyway, that's it with the Peacock. What I do normally like to wear it with, I'll be back in a moment and show you, is actually underwear that, at least in Australia, you can pretty much pick up anywhere. Bonds is one of our major underwear manufacturers, and it's kind of the most common one here. And that's what they look like. So again, just to sort of show you how I pack with it. See, it's an STP. It is not a penis. It's an STP. How I pack with it, it's kind of like this, I guess. And that's actually super comfortable. You can see the balls actually sit in front of you rather than between you. I really only put them between me when I'm actually peeing. The rest of the time, this is just how it sits. And when I put it in there like that, you can see it's a pretty natural looking packer. Again, maybe I shouldn't use black underwear, but yeah, I mean, it's a normal looking package. It's nothing huge, it's just nice and comfortable. It's there. It's not obvious in jeans. It's just what you would expect of a cis guy. What I also do with this underwear, I should have worn this one because it's grey, is on the inside, see how there's two layers? Now you don't have to do this, but I find it's a good little trick, is just where the actual shaft would sit to cut a tiny little hole there. And that means that the actual shaft sort of sits off to the side, and that way you've got even less skin contact. And you can see the difference in terms of width here with what underwear that's designed for men, how wide that is, versus what the peacock one is. You can see it's actually a lot. It doesn't look much narrow on the video,